Hey y'all, Otis here, home from pajama day, ready to help you with RTI. Maybe you've been to a meeting recently and were told to enter results or goals for your students at Eduphoria. Might not know how to do that, so I'm here to help. First things first, let's get everything ready. You're going to need Eduphoria open. We're going to go to Aware, where we keep student data. And then I like to click on the tab over here that says Students. Once we've got Eduphoria open, we also need our goal setting template. This should be sent to you as a Google Doc from one of our administrators, probably Ms. Phillips, where it helps you know what to say in setting your goals. And it's a nice, quick, easy way just to copy, paste, and start filling them in for each student. Next, you need data. So the easiest way to have that all in one place is the AllinOne Spreadsheet. You can always get to your grade levels by going to your Google Drive, and I like to just search AllinOne. Click on your grade level and the correct year to open it up. I've got mine open already on my students. And then the last thing is, where are you going to type up these goals? You could do this in a Google Doc if you'd like, but I'm more of a Microsoft Word girl. So I'm going to come here and just open up a blank document, ready to get going. Maybe. Okay. Now, we got our document to put goals, we got our data, we got our template and Eduphoria. So here we're going to start. You've got two pages. One is reading and one is math. I'm doing reading. So I'm just going to copy this whole big chunk. Control C and go over to my document. Control V. I'm more of a century Gothic girl and I need bigger. So here we go. Now you've got it once. I like to go ahead and copy it a second time, so it's blank for the next student. Good to go. I need a line to separate and make sure I keep these students straight. All right, student 1. Here we go. Reading semester 1 results. First, who's your first student you're going to be goal setting on? I'm going to get a real student, Ana Gonzalez, who's my EDL1. So here I'm going to go type in her name first. Once I've typed it in once, I'm just going to, again, highlight, Control C, and go put it everywhere her name is needed, so I don't have to type it every time. Ana. Now we're not using iStation this year for the English classes, so you can go ahead and take out the iStation information. Also increase iStation. We don't have those levels this year. But more for Anna. Okay, here we go. Anna's semester 1 SMART goal was to increase. She's a girl, so now I'm going to take out all the his. Her. She. Think I got them. All right, time for the info. She needs to increase her EDL from a blank to a blank. I showed you she is a 1. Now from a 1, where should she be going? This document from Ms. Phillips helps you know what is appropriate growth. So from a 1, we need to get to a 3. But this is from now until the end of the year goal. So she doesn't need to be a 3 right now at the end of the fall semester. So looking at this range between 1 and 3, in the middle we've got one option, the 2. So for her, I'm going to say I would hope at the end of the first semester she was going to be at the 2. You can see in the upper grades you'll start to have a little bigger of a gap that you might can set the middle ground. You might have more of a range to choose from, but between these numbers we might only have one choice. So I'm going to say her EDL from a level 1 to a level 2 by Christmas. what are we doing to get her there? Anna has worked with who? So she should be working with you as the classroom teacher, but she might also have another teacher that she's working with on a goal that you could add another section. Just copy that and put another teacher's information. But what are you working on the past 8 weeks with this student on? In first grade, we've been working on letter naming, letter name, and sound fluency. That's been our first goal in first grade. Now insert observations here. This is where you want to be as thorough and specific as possible. You can never give too much information. What is Ana Paula using to work on this goal? How often is she working on it? Is she taking things home to work on it? Is there any technology connection? Is she working on iStation as well? But all of the info of what she's doing with this goal, but then as well as the results. What are you seeing as the teacher while she's working on these things? So here we go. Anna, I don't need to underline. Anna has been using letter sound flashcards to work with the teacher one-on-one. I would say I get her 3 times a week, 3 days a week for 10 minutes each day. Anna also watches, so I say completes high frequency word and letter inventory activity videos twice a week for phonics. I'm gonna add iStation. Works on iStation reading 5 days a week for 15 minutes each day. Now, I've said all the things that she's doing. I want to say what I'm seeing in her results. So, when I said I worked with her 3 days a week for 10 minutes each day, I can say Anna struggles to recall the letter names she has mastered 2 days before. She has 10 consistent letters she names with 100% accuracy, but is unable, but has been unable to master any additional letters in 8 weeks. Anna always looks to the teacher for help when challenged with an unknown letter. If you have any info from mom, parent conferences, phone calls, you can add that here. Mom notices the same at home, or mom says she does not notice the same at home. Mom says she works with her on these things. What all information can you share? Now, we're ready to go on to the goal. Anna's current MOY. So we said she was a 1. We wanted to get her to a 2. Did we get her to the 2, or is she still the 1? Anna is the 1. She did or she did not meet her goal. She did not meet her goal. Now, the next section is what's going to happen moving forward. This decision should have been made in your RTI meeting, so you're not making this alone. Is she added to Tier 2, advanced to Tier 3, or remain in Tier 2 or Tier 3? She is going to be added to Tier 2 for reading interventions. Next step is what is her new goal. So we want her to go from the 1, well, first to the 2, but at the end of the year to the 3. So still we want to say she's got to increase her EDL from a level, she's still a 1, to a 3. Let's please try to get her there. But you might be looking more at hoping for a 2. Now, what's going to be the focus of her interventions? Continuing on with letter names and sound fluency, but maybe adjusting it with a little bit different of a method that you're going to tackle that one for her, since she wasn't successful in the beginning of the year with what you've been doing. Or did you get advice from the RTI committee to try a different goal? Maybe we're going to look into some kind of testing, but here's what we want to say. Moving on, what is the focus of her interventions? We still need to get some growth. If you did master first goal, make sure your goal 2 is going to move on and build upon goal 1, and we're not going to keep backtracking the same goal that they've already mastered. So here we go. She is going to be letter sounds. Finally, we've got all of our information here. We're ready to put it into Eduphoria. We're going to go back to the internet, to our Eduphoria tab, and type in our student. Put in their name, they should pop up. Here you'll find their information. We want to come over to the Forms tab. Now, if they were previously RTI'd by another teacher or in a previous year, you'll see some kind of form. It's great to view that, especially before goal setting. You can see what they already had in the past. Maybe they've mastered something. Maybe they responded well to something. But always dig into previous year's information if you can. But we are adding a new form for a new year. We're going to go to General Forms. Like I said, it's a new year, 2021. Find our RTI Progress Monitoring form and add. Now it's been created. You can check. It's been created by me today. View it. We got to put our info in it. We're going to scroll down. It fills in her information automatically. And we have to click, what are we doing with her? We're doing reading. Tier 2. First box, SMART goal. Come back to our Word doc. And here's your SMART goal. Get all that information. Control C. Control V. And it is in. Next, instructional intervention. Small group reading, small group math, accessed online. She is small group reading. Here's that frequency table. She's getting 3 times a week. You might not see the 15-minute interval, so you'll have to go with the closest option. Make sure you're not clicking all of those or all of these, but it should be either 5 times for 15 minutes, 3 times for 40 minutes. Just click one box. Now we're going to the progress checks. So these are going to be our results. Now in a semester, you can have more than one check. If we had set this goal back in August, we could have had a check in September, October, November. You'll see progress check 1, progress 2, and 3. But if you've only got one, we're going to progress check 1. Here we're saying no progress. For her, like I had typed in, we'd say limited progress. And adequate, exceptional, or mastered her goal. Student goes to tier 1. We're not doing that quite so much. But here we've said that she did not meet that goal and what we suggest. So here's the results. Control C, your second section, and come put it in your progress notes. Coming on down to the bottom, you have the option to upload a file attachment. Like I said, in first grade, we're doing the letter naming fluency. So I do have a hard copy of a page where I've checked the ones she knows, the ones she's mastered. I've got dates from when we've done those checks. So you could come here and upload those documents. Or you might not have it. The last question, was your tier 2 or 3 intervention successful? Yes, mastered. Yes, no. Create another goal. Or no, convene a meeting to move to next year. Click the appropriate bubble. And we've got to go do semester 2 goal. Coming over to page 2, our last thing we've typed up is her semester 2 goal. By May, we're looking for some growth. Control C, spring interventions, reading. We've got our tier. Control V to enter your goal. Again, frequencies, small group, what's your method? And save those progress checks for the new semester. Always, always, always click save to save your work. I hope this video was helpful, and please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions that you might have. Good luck!